ESPN welcomes you to a special presentation of the United Football League on ABC.
A new group, new coaches, new group of guys.
Just a different type of juice this year.
We're going to play hard, we're going to play fast, we're going to play physical.
The whole league should be on notice because we're coming.
This DC Defender team is for real, and the ultimate goal is to win a championship.
The all-access sounds of the UFL, now framed against the sights of DC. And the majestic beauty of cherry blossoms in our nation's capital. The spring football season and the cherry blossom season both in full bloom as they're terming this primetime Week 2 matchup the Blossom Bowl to celebrate it all. From here at Audi Field in Washington, D.C., it's the 1-0 DC Defenders hosting the much-improved Memphis Showboats. And that means a good quarterback matchup. Defenders' veteran passer is the former Ole Miss star Jordan Ta'amu, his third year with the team and coming off an impressive win. And on the left, you see for Memphis, the former Ivy League Player of the Year, E.J. Perry. He split time with Troy Williams last week. Perry sparked a late fourth-quarter rally. The big story is what the DC Defenders did to start the season. A week ago, they pulled off the upset win over the defending champs, Birmingham. They did so with a fierce defense. They had 8 sacks. On offense, they were steady, productive in special teams. It was exactly the kind of win that can set the foundation for a big season ahead. Good evening, everybody. Thrilled you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Jordan Rogers. We'll say hello to Tom Luganbill and Sam Macho in a moment. They are our field-level analysts. Hey, we're in prime time here in D.C. with a couple good football teams. What are we in store for?
Boy, did DC put the entire UFL on notice last week with a ferocious style of defense led by longtime defensive coordinator Greg Williams on that side of the ball. They're really good. On Memphis side, they're getting a head coach and a play caller back. I still think there's a lot of promise. Lost a close one to Michigan last week, but it's a team that's much improved.
Hey, let's get into that coaching conversation because that's the other big headline this week. The defense success with an interim head coach. Shannon Harris took over for Washington during training camp. On the other side, you see for Memphis, former Super Bowl head coach Ken Wisenhunt. He took a medical leave of absence and then returned to work this week.
I think we saw DC respond to Shannon Harris. There's a different energy that he brings that Reggie Barlow maybe didn't have, good or bad. They responded. And on the Memphis side, having your play caller, having your head coach back, there's a sense of stability and hope on that side of the ball. The offense is going to be a lot better this week.
Let's say hello to Erin Dolan. She is with us all season long as our ESPN betting analyst. Erin, I think with the access here, everything you get with the technology, it is such an attractive sport to bet on it in the UFL. What are you tracking tonight?
It is an attractive sport to bet on, and tonight we're seeing the Defenders lay 6.5 points, and money has been coming in on them all week. And of course, this comes off a huge win against the Stallions, which ended up being the biggest upset in UFL history from a betting perspective. Now, as for Memphis, they've been a dog 11 times, including tonight, and they've gone 1-9 straight up, as well as 3-7 against the number. As for some other things to monitor, Abram Smith is the most bet-on player to score a touchdown tonight, and I'll also be tracking that total. It opened 37, dipped to 36.5, despite money coming in on the over, but unders are 4-1 to start the season so far, Joe.
Good stuff, Aaron. Of course, Abram Smith, so many college football fans remember him as being a star for Baylor. He had a huge Sugar Bowl years ago. He's set records throughout his career. One of the key matchups we're looking at tonight, the Defenders' defense against the Memphis offense. Sam Acho, of course, the longtime NFL veteran, is going to be with Memphis all night long. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening. I'm here with head coach of Memphis, Coach Ken Wisenhunt. Coach, how does it feel to be back on the sideline calling plays?
It's excited. You know, I love seeing the energy on our guys' faces, and I'm hopeful that we can have a good start tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Over to you, Lukes.
Thank you, Sam. Here with Greg Williams, the DC defensive coordinator. Coach, what are your 2 non-negotiables when it comes to playing defense for DC?
Well, the 2 non-negotiables are effort and toughness. You know, mom and dad passed down the genetics, and I can only affect effort and toughness. So they'll be sitting by me or standing by me if it's not that way.
Coming off a 6-sack performance a week ago, but you said there's some 8 sacks, excuse me, 8 sacks. But there's some things to clean up. Most notably, you said there's some leaky runs from quarterbacks up the middle. How do you prepare for that?
And you know, we've got to do a better job in some of our cage rush plans, and you'll see a lot of games out there this week.
All right, thanks, Coach.
You bet.
All right, Tess.
That is classic Greg Williams right there.
Yes, it is.
Hey, the home team, DC, decided to kick off to start this game. Second season of the UFL. The XFL and the USFL merged spring football leagues. Week number 2. Saw great action in week 1. Now, Matt McCrane will get the evening started as Deneric Prince is back to return. He was an effective receiver out of the backfield a week ago in that fourth quarter rally against Michigan. And a penalty flag comes down as this kick